What is up, everyone? Socrates101 here. Today, we are doing another one of these. Not sure. Well, obviously, these things get a lot of replies. I basically go with the comments, and Mariner told me to do more of these, so I decided, you know what? I'll do more of these. And fairly awkward still doing this, but you know what? The only way to get past that is to actually do these things. So I decided to do that, and I did have an idea. I've had a recording day, and you know what? Let's finish this thing with a vlog. Let's go. And I found out that I didn't really have anything to talk about. So I decided maybe it's interesting to tell about my Pokemon life throughout thingies, and yeah. So here we go. Basically, it all started with me watching the anime, me getting up very early, and my mum cooking at specific times so I could watch Pokemon, and we would have dinner while watching Pokemon in the living room. That was great, and she was very supportive of it. Obviously, she cooked especially so I could watch Pokemon, so I guess you can call that supportive. Thank you, Mom. However, that aside, after I passed on, I obviously watched all the movies. Like I've seen every single movie except for the latest 2 or 3 maybe. No idea how many movies there have been made recently. I do think there has been a new one recently. I don't know. I haven't watched that. I have no idea about those movies either. But I was also a big fan of playing with the trading cards. I didn't do the actual TGC game, but I actually just did the played in the living room with my Pokemon cards. They were spread all over the entire house, and I actually put colored paper underneath it to give certain areas so water Pokemon would be on blue paper and stuff like that. So, and then I would basically create the game in my head and I would play it. And then so once again, my mom was very supportive. She actually, when she had to vacuum wave, she actually let them stay there while I was at school and stuff, because I would play in the morning or during breaks and stuff. And because I lived like 500 meters away from my school, so I could walk home during the big lunch break. The majority of the kids at my school actually did that as well. So I'd play, and then if she wanted to clean the house, then she cleaned around my Pokemon cards so they didn't move an inch. Sometimes she just would pick them up and just lay them back exactly the way they were. So that's a thing. And well, obviously none of that is really relevant, because obviously you want to know what I'm doing right now and how things are going and blah blah blah. How I got into competitive and stuff. Basically, I was still into Pokemon, and I discovered this competitive scene on YouTube, and I figured, you know what, let's start watching this. First big YouTuber I started watching was MBZ or MBZ. He quit now. He quit recently. I was very disappointed, because he is very entertaining. Not the greatest player in the world. I didn't know that back then, but he's definitely a very entertaining guy, and I really liked his content. So that's the thing. I started watching with him, and then as soon as that started expanding. I think this was at age 15 or something along those lines. I'm 19 years old now, just to clarify those things. But yeah, I started watching that in 4th gen, and I didn't do anything with it. I played the game. I beat the Pokemon League and stuff, and then I just basically quit, because I felt, well, the game's done now, even though it's not. But for me, it was kind of over back then. And after that, yeah. So slowly I started training my Pokemon a bit more, and got level 100 and stuff. And so I was pretty satisfied with that, and I was actually seeing, well, is this a good team or not? And I started going YouTube again, and so I looked at those, and I discovered Showdown, and I was like, hey, this looks interesting. And since I had been watching a lot of the early Wi-Fi uploaders, I knew a fair share about the abilities, about the typing and stuff. So I started playing OU, which it actually recently, like a couple of months ago, shifted from being my favorite tier to my second favorite tier. UU is definitely my favorite tier right now, because I feel it's just great in general. That's the thing. And so now I mainly play Yu-Yu, but the first 2 years I played competitive Pokemon on Showdown, so quote unquote competitive. I only played OU. Well, I mainly played OU. Did play NU for a bit because it was very popular. Sorry, I was scratching my leg right there. And so I played NU for a bit, and that was I actually liked the change of pace. So I thought, well, maybe you should try some other tiers out. And so I started using lower stuff in the OU, and I started exploring other tiers as well. Sorry, my foot is really itchy. It's annoying. I'm so unprofessional. It's insane. But whatever. We're just gonna go with it. And I just decided to do that. And so my tier knowledge expanded, and I explored a lot of things. And as along the lines, I got better. So basically, the first time I got above 1500, because I can't remember what YouTuber said that. It might have been Blame Truth. You know, back then I was really, Blame Truth, but now, like, man, not great. But he's obviously a respectable man, and he knows his fair share about Pokemon, but he's not as good as I gave him credit for back then. He's still a good player, don't get me wrong, but kinda iffy in my opinion. But whatever, he's never gonna see this video anyway. So, the thing is, that, when I hit 1500 on OU ladder, I was like, oh my god, I'm really getting good at this. But basically I play like hours and hours a day. That was not even a joke. I did my school shit, and then after dinner I just started playing Pokemon and like building teams. This was a 5th gen somewhere, and team building really went naturally for me. I think I built like a new team every 2 days, consistently throughout entire Black and White, but I basically used a lot of the same core things, and I used rain the majority of the time, which is fairly cheap. Yes, I know, but it worked, so I went with it because I'm a very competitive person in heart, and people say, well, you obviously do this because you wanna enjoy yourself. Yeah, well, I enjoy myself when I win, so that works. And this is this is when his trash talking started on Pokemon. You know, like getting in people's heads. If you don't know the story behind that, I should highly recommend you the previous Why Do I series. So part 2 of that. This is gonna be part 3, probably. I haven't decided on the title yet, but the thing is, that's what happened. And the thing I want to do now is because I feel like I can hang with a lot of top ladder players, but since I'm at uni right now, I don't always have a lot of time to. I can ladder to the top of a tier, but I can't stay there consistently because some days, some weeks I just don't have any time. I don't have any time. As soon as I have to take a test, I have to study like for a week, and so obviously I'm going to drop. DK is going to hit me like a truck, and other people are going to gather points and get above me. So that's going to be a very big issue, and so that's a thing. And so I figured, well, you know what, I kind of want to prove myself in a different way. So now, from now on, I'm actually going to try and hunt on the Smoke On website to sign up for tournaments, to just try and do that, and prove my worth in tournaments. But there was a tournament I could sign up yesterday, but it was too late for whatever reason. But it was only up for a couple hours, and it was during my nighttime. It was from 1 a.m. till like 7 or 8 a.m. I was like, whoa, really? So I have to stay up every single night till 3 a.m. to see whether there are new tournaments I can sign up for. Although otherwise, if I sleep, I'm too late. So it's a bit ridiculous in my opinion, but oh well, it's the North American scene, I guess, more than the EU scene. But so that's definitely a thing I want to do, and then I want to prove my worth in the tournaments. And I do think that will give me a bit more recognition, and then more players will recognize me as a good player. Because now I do think I'm alright. I don't know. I'm not as modest as Gargleflop is, who's obviously a good player, but keeps telling the world, I'm not. But I don't like saying that I'm good, but I'm not bad either. So there's somewhere in between. I do think I'm definitely above average with the Pokemon knowledge and the competitive skill that I'm on. And I do think that obviously these tournament thingies are a lot different than the ladder. So obviously the first couple times I'm going to be participating in one of these tournaments, I am going to get destroyed, and I know that. But you know what? you gotta keep going, and then things are actually going to work out. Hopefully, I do think that I can eventually hang with the bigger names in this competitive scene, and hopefully I can, and I will prove myself. ULT would have been great to do that, but I didn't simply have the time, and the tier changes kind of fucked me up. All kinds of excuses, but I basically lost too much. That's the key. That's the main point as well. So that was very unfortunate. I really wanted to be in that, and I really wanted to prove my worth in that, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. But you know what? Next chance, I will throw everything aside to accomplish my goal and actually be participating in one of these tournaments. So that's it. That's where I have been, that's where I'm at now, and that's what I want to do in the future. So I think I have everything covered right now. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I think it's still very awkward. I mean, I'm not this pale in person, by the way. Like this lamp is just shining in my face right now. So yeah, I think this side is more realistic than this one. But just leave that in the middle. I don't really care what you think about me. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this. I will put some music underneath this because I didn't start any music, so I will try to figure that one out. And my mic actually lasted through the entire thing. I tried recording this 9 fucking times today, so finally it succeeded. And I will see you guys later. Peace.